like Pastor James said, the journey with these two little boys. Started playing ball together when they were little. I mean, 3 or 4 years old. They're 9 now. They're playing on each other's team and against each other. And I believe what James said, that God doesn't just put people in each other's lives by chance. That you're on a journey together, and it's up to us sometimes to speak life into these kids. Beautiful thing with Ryler, one time I was coaching in soccer and I said, Ryler, I asked all the kids, I said, what was your favorite thing about this year? And some kids said, oh, the snacks. Some kids said, yeah, that was their favorite. Some kids said, oh, I like when we win. But Ryler said, I like that we prayed before our practices and our games. And I knew right then that this kid was very special, on a special, different journey than other kids his age. And Jim, thank you for sports camp, because they got another friend here, Boston's here, who also dedicated his life to Christ during that moment. And then they have another baseball friend back there at Easton. I know he's close to baptism. He's on a journey. So through sports, guys, we can still minister to these children.
Amen.
And this little young man right here, my son, I'm going to try to get through this. I'm not being emotional, but you know my story. You know my testimony. A lot of you guys knew me before, right, when I was still living in sin. I wasn't changed. I didn't dedicate my life. I mean, my dad's up here because I asked him to come up here. When I was this age, my dad taught me about being a Christian and how I should live, but it took something. It took my little boy coming into my life. When Colton came into my life, according to his life, he experienced a traumatic experience. He quit breathing on us in the hospital several times, and they couldn't figure out what was going on with him. And that moment in my life, if you knew me then, I was addicted to alcohol. I was addicted to all this other sin in my life. And in that moment, based on my foundation my dad gave me, I knew that there was only one answer to free my son from what was going through. And that's why I hit my knees and I told God, I said, if you save my son, I'm going to dedicate my life to you. So I feel like this is a reflection of that moment, to watch my son now dedicate his life to Christ. So thank you guys for joining us.
Pretty special guy in my life too. Angie kept kids for a lot of years, and Colton was one of them. And he had to run to my office to get away from the girls. I told him to come on, get away from the girls. But we developed a special bond, and this guy became my right-hand man. And in fact, he helped me paint that room back here in the church when he was, I don't even know how old you were, but you was pretty young. And his granddad is here because his granddad has been a very, very huge part of his spiritual journey. As we always have people God places in our lives for that journey. But this guy's been, we talked Wednesday night, and he says he knew he accepted Christ. He was just waiting to grow in it. He's been growing in it, and he's going to keep on growing in it.
Amen.
Colton, because of your commitment to follow Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, I baptize you, my brother, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the